Hey pals, and welcome to my channel, I guess. I'm Meg at Read by Scout. Scout is my cat, not me, so she doesn't actually read. Anyway, for my first video, I guess, as an introduction, I thought I would take on two challenges or tags. The Book Tower Challenge, which was created by Joel Books back in, I want to say 2014 or so, and I think the goal behind me because there's a mirror there and the reflection was awful. I also was going to maybe combine the intro booktube newbie tag into this video, which was also created in 2014 by Brenda C. There's 7 questions. So I was thinking of kind of combining the two since I already did get the books off the shelves and stuff like that. So let's jump into it. Okay, so books to collect for the Book Tower Challenge. The first is a first book in a series. So for that, I went and got Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. I read this in middle school and I really liked it. The main character's name is Maggie, so love that. It's a book about Maggie and her dad can read books out loud and characters will come to life. And it's the first in a series. There's Inkheart, Inkspell, and Inkdeath. So, a book in a different series. So for that, I grabbed the second book in the Canterwood Crest series, Behind the Bit by Jessica Burkhart. Again, I was really into these in middle school, I think. That's when these were published. Yeah, middle school. Honestly, I probably would have read these. I think I did read them through high school as well. They're horse books. They're about a boarding school, a girl who goes to boarding school with her horse. And I love horses. It's my second book in a different series. A book with blue on the cover. I grabbed Her Royal Highness by Rachel Hawkins. It is about a girl who goes to a boarding school and falls in love with her roommate, who is a princess of Scotland. I haven't actually read it yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. It looks super cute. A book that's title is 7 letters long, no more, no less. For that, I grabbed a graphic novel by Brian Lee O'Malley, Seconds. You can see I got it at a used bookstore there. But yeah, it's just a really beautiful... Okay, so let's jump into one of the newbie tag questions, I guess. Why did I start this channel? I've been thinking about starting a booktube channel for a while, and I've really just been too nervous to do it, but I figured why not try it, and if I don't like it, I can just delete it, right? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I like talking about books, and I've gotten more into it as time has gone on. And I've always enjoyed watching booktube, so here I am. A book you've never read is next on the books to collect for the Book Tower Challenge. Honestly, most of the books on my shelves I haven't read because I read very slowly. So for this, I picked up The Wangs vs. the World by Jade Chang. I do want to read this really soon because it looks really neat. It looks really good. And I've heard great things about it. So this is on my TBR, like very close to the top. A book with the sky on it. For that one, I picked up something I just recently bought. The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper. This is about 2 boys who, one boy's father, one boy's mother, are astronauts, and they're going to Mars, and the boys meet and fall in love as their parents are doing astronaut-y things. It has great reviews. People are loving this. Really looking forward to reading it because, again, haven't read it yet. An author with the same first letter of their forename as yours. My name is Meg, so an M. So I grabbed, if I can find it in this stack here, I grabbed the first book in the Shades of London series by Maureen Johnson, The Name of the Star. This is about a teenager from Louisiana who moves to England with her family, and she goes to a boarding school. Her name is Rory DeVoe. She goes to a boarding school in London, and she realizes she can see ghosts or shades. There's a Jack the Ripper imitator, and she kind of has to help solve the case. I really enjoyed this. I read it when I was in high school, and it really did freak me out. I haven't alphabetized any of these yet, and I know I'm going to be terrible at it because I'm really bad at the alphabet. Okay, a classic book. I grabbed Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, a classic. Read it in college for one of my lit classes. Honestly, don't remember a ton. But I did read it. The stack is growing taller. Non-fiction book. Another one I read in college and I really enjoyed, Joan Didion, A Year of Magical Thinking. This is about her year after her husband died and when her daughter was in the hospital. So it's a really touching, kind of intense book. Also, you can see here that I dog ear my books. And I still do that, and I know some people hate that, and I apologize, but they're my books, and I do it. Okay, we're gonna do another question from the newbies tag, I think. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? Honestly, I don't know. Can't really think of a ton of things. I have a cat, but I know a lot of booktubers have cats. I got a smoothie. I don't know. I think everyone... This is gonna sound stupid, maybe lame, I don't know. I think everyone has their own perspectives that are important to hear. And it doesn't really... the light flashing as I change tabs, sorry. And it doesn't really necessarily matter what your background is because your opinions are going to be formulated by your life experience, and it's interesting to hear people's perspectives no matter what they are, whether you agree with them, whether you disagree with them, on like books, what people think about them. So I think even if I have nothing like super groundbreaking to bring, at least I'll bring maybe some new opinions, some new experiences, a cat. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that's enough. Back to the book tower challenge. We have a book with 4 or more colors on its spine. This one, I have Emmy and the Home for Troubled Girls by Lynn Janelle and art by Jonathan Bean. Here's the cover. I think it's like a middle grade book. It might be young YA. It's an old discarded book from a library. My mom got it for me because Meg spelled is M-E-G, and one time a barista called me M-E-G on my cup. Cup's actually back there. I thought it was hilarious, so I saved it. And on the spine here, you can see we have yellow, white, burgundy, and blue, and also that darker color. So that is 4 or more colors. So there's that. The inside's also pretty neat looking. Like, there are illustrations on the tops of the pages. Pretty nifty. A book that says #1 New York Times bestseller on the front. This actually took me a while to find. But I found it on The Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Another one I haven't read yet. Again, another one I really want to read. Haven't read it yet. But up here it says #1 New York Times bestseller. The cover is super neat. Love the feel of this book. Anyway, the smallest in width and length, not just by pages, book on your shelf. This took a little digging, but I think I found it with Christmas Jar by Jason F. Wright. Another one that I haven't read yet, even though it's only... The latest book you bought. Okay, the latest book I bought was... I don't have the jacket on this one because I took it off to protect it. And I put it somewhere. But the latest book I bought was Solutions and Other Problems by Ali Bosch. She is the writer of and artist of the Hyperbole and a Half blog. Excellent blog. Highly suggest you read it. She also had her first book, Hyperbole and a Half. Excellent book. So when it came out that she was publishing another book, I pre-ordered it. Showed up in the mail. I love how, like, fun her art style is, and her stories are both, like, hilarious and, like, touching, and they're just, like, really real. Like, they feel like they could kind of happen to anyone. I don't know. I just love her stuff. Super excited she came out with something else. I'm only a couple chapters into this, so I'm really excited to see where it goes, what else is in here. It's a hefty book. So yeah, add that up here. All right, next newbie tag question. What are you most excited about for this channel? What are you most excited for about this channel? I'm excited to like do more challenges, I think, and just talk. I don't know. Like, I'm really bad at book reviews in general. Like, when I love a book, I love a book. Like, I do not shut up about it. But when I don't like a book, I feel bad being mean about it. Like, I don't want to, not being mean, but I don't want to, I feel bad critiquing books, I guess. Because I know that authors, like, work hard to create their text. So I don't know. I'm also just really bad at book reviews because I'm bad at verbalizing my thoughts, I think. So I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do a lot of reviews, but I'm excited to hear your thoughts, maybe. Hopefully. Make some friends, hopefully. Do some challenges. See how much I know about my books that I haven't read yet. You know, get to reading more, hopefully. Do some creative stuff. I'm just kind of, I don't know. I want to see where it takes me, you know? Alright, let's do one more question before we keep going in this tag. Why do you love reading? Interesting question. See, here's the thing. A lot of people say when they're reading that they can picture, like, the characters and the setting so clearly and they're immersed. And I don't think that necessarily happens to me. I've never been able to really picture characters or, like, necessarily picture what's happening in a book. I just can't. It takes a lot of brain power for me to, like, try and picture something. But even just the process of reading something, like sitting there and reading it, if I'm enjoying it, is so relaxing to me that I don't mind that I can't necessarily picture it. So, I don't know if that made any sense. I just enjoy the process of reading and hearing people's stories and hearing people's thoughts and getting attached to characters and places and ideas. And the fact that it is something for people to bond over and communicate over and become friends over. I think that's super neat and important. More for the book tower. A book that has a cover with a face on it. This is one of my sister's favorite books. It actually has two faces on it. It is Being of Two Minds by Pamela F. Service. It's kind of glaring there. Yeah, another one I haven't read. My sister's begged me to, but I just haven't read it yet. But I do have it. A spin-off book. I have Love Creekwood by Becky Albertalli. I love Becky's books. Big fan of the Simon verse books. And also, since I pre-ordered this, I got a book plate signed by Becky, which is pretty neat. So yeah, this is technically a spin-off, I think. Like, it's in the same universe, but it's not really a sequel. It's a novella. A book that was published over 10 years ago. Now, I just bought this fairly recently because I read something by this author, and then I read something else by this author, and then after I read those two books, I decided I need to buy every book she's ever written. So, this is Some Girls Are by Courtney Summers. The first book I read by her was Sadie, which came out in 2018, I think. And the second book I read was Cracked Up to Be. And then I bought all her other books she'd ever written. She has a new book coming out next year, The Project, which sounds super neat. She's really good at writing sort of, they're about, like, they're YA books about, like, teen girls or young adult girls or anything like that. But they're, like, kind of gritty, kind of mysterious, kind of thrilling. Like, they're, I don't know, I'm a big fan. They really keep you hooked. My stack is getting high. I still haven't alphabetized them. We're gonna do one more question. What book or book series got you into reading? Probably The Magic Tree House. I was super into that series. My favorite one was the one where they go to Pompeii. I don't remember what it was called. I'm gonna look it up. Magic Tree House, Pompeii. Vacation Under the Volcano. That was my favorite one. And what questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? Ooh, that is a good question. So one of my favorite booktubers is Hannah from A Clockwork Reader. I just think she's super neat. I really love how honest she is about like her opinions, her mental health, her ideas. I'd love to know like why she started at booktube, I think. All right, next in this book tower challenge is a book with a sequel coming out next year, and I believe Gideon the Ninth has a sequel coming out next year. Gideon the Ninth by Tasman Muir. I don't remember what the title of the sequel is. Oh wait, let me think. I think there's Harrow the Ninth is next, and then another one coming out next year. So the third one. Still don't know what the name is, but I think that's what's going on. This one was published in 2018 or 2019. I honestly do not remember. I also haven't read this one yet. An author has the same first letter of their forename as their surname. I can't pronounce things. For this one, I went with Chris Cleave, who wrote Everyone Brave is Forgiven. A book with an epilogue. I'm pretty sure The Brilliant Death has an epilogue. It doesn't say epilogue, it says the beginning. But anyway, this is The Brilliant Death by Amy Rose Capetta. I'm going to go ahead and call it an epilogue. And the last one is a book that has a title that features a made-up word. I couldn't find one, but Bamar is a made-up place. So here we have Gail Carson Levine's The Two Princesses of Bamar, which I read in middle school. Again, it's one of my favorites. It's like a classic, man. Love this book. Two princesses, obviously, and they're sisters, and one of them gets sick and the other one has to go on a quest to save her life, and she like fights a dragon, and you know, it's chaotic, but it's wonderful. So now we have to alphabetize these. Alright, let's get to alphabetizing. I'm gonna ignore the V's in here, but other than that, I'm just gonna do my best. I don't really know the alphabet, as I said, so I'm gonna do like A's and B's at the bottom and then go up. So we have Is that all of them? Okay, I think I did it. Maybe I know the alphabet better than I thought. The last question on the newbie tag is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I hate my voice. I don't like my voice, and I'm not really good at talking to cameras. As you can tell, I've been looking down here for a lot of this. Instead of up here, which is where I'm supposed to be looking, right here. So yeah, I need to work on that. I think that'll kind of, my shyness may be hard to overcome. But you know, I'm gonna try and work on it. It'll be a work in progress. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be fun. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for letting me make my pile of books here. It was a good time, I think. And hopefully I'll see you later. Bye. Catch you next time.